Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing an eyebrow tutorial and I'm just going to show you guys how I do my eyebrows, how I fill them in, how I groom them. And this is before I tweeze them, before I fill them in. And this is after they're filled in and after I have tweezed them. So if you guys want to see how I got my eyebrows like this, just keep on watching. So I like to start off with an eyebrow pencil or eyebrow powder, but in this case I'm using a pencil, and this one's by NYX. It's the micro brow pencil, and I'm using a black one. I normally don't use black, but I couldn't find my other shade. I think it was like a dark brown. But I'm lightly filling in and lining the bottom of my brow. So after that I can find it easier to tweeze any hair that is left, but I do like to line the bottom first. And I'm only doing this because my eyebrows are not tweezed. If they were already tweezed, I would just fill them in with powder, but this makes it easier for me to see where I'm going with my brows. You guys can't see it on camera, but I have a lot of hairs down here that I haven't tweezed. So anything that's under this line right there, I'm going to tweeze everything that's below it. You don't have to tweeze it if you don't want to, but now that I got that line perfectly, you know, it looks pretty symmetrical. Of course the top is not done, but we're gonna start tweezing the bottom because I know that I'm not gonna fill in anything under this line. So any hair that's below that has to go. But my eyebrows are very different from each other, obviously. This one's thicker and this one's thinner, but the shape is there. Okay, so now that this eyebrow is thicker, I'm going to do it first because I'm not going to do much. I'm going to start from the middle and just fill in over. I'm filling over the actual eyebrow. And I'm going to kind of do my arch. Now I want to thicken the tail because it is a little thin. And this is just giving us a nice shape. And I'm just doing it very lightly and slowly. And then of course, just brush it through again. And I'm just filling it in just a little bit. I'm gonna do this part with a brush. So same thing, this side needs a lot of filling in, but I do have hair here. So I just have to get this eyebrow to look like this one. The end of the brow. I want to connect it and then fill it in. You can brush as you go because this will help blend out that product so it doesn't look too harsh. And of course we're going to tweak it a little bit. So I'm going to grab my eyeliner brow powder, which is this one. And I'm going to use an angled brush, a small angled brush like this. And I'm going to start filling in the beginning of my brow, the front, just slowly. Actually add a little bit right here because it looks too sharp. So just to make it a little bit more round. But the concealer is going to fix that. Concealer fixes it all. It's a very light hand when you're using a powder or any other product. You just want to use a light hand on this part because you don't want it to be very dark and harsh. It's going to look too dramatic. But I am going to make this part a little thicker because it's a lot thicker on this side. Just a tiny bit. And then I always use my finger to like clean it up a little bit. Those little areas that need a little bit more powder. So I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape and I'm going to clean up my brows. I'm only taking a little bit. So I'm taking a tiny brush like this one right here. This is the Sigma Cream Color in E58. So it's a very flat brush. And I'm taking that concealer. And you guys are going to see how magical this is. Literally lying right underneath. So whenever I'm having a bad brow day, I'll just put some concealer and it just fixes everything. And this one is a very full coverage, so it's going to cover any mistakes. So it's good to use a full coverage concealer. And just line it up. And once this is lined up, you can just blend a little bit more. Like that. And then grab another brush and just blend it out, and it's gonna look really nice and clean. So not only does it hide the little hairs, but it highlights your brow bone. And then the brow looks nice and clean, and it gives it like a nice shape compared to this one. So we're gonna put concealer on this one now. And we're gonna see how it's gonna look. And I look at this one and I make sure that it's even. So if I have to go on the hair just a little bit, I will. So it's even with this eyebrow. And then of course on this side you want to make sure it's nice and crisp. Like that. So I'm going to apply some to the top of the brow, just whatever's left on my brush. It doesn't have to be a lot, but whatever is left, I'm just taking it on the top. So I just made this tail a little longer because the other one is longer, and I'm going to take off a little bit from the arch just so it can look a little bit closer.